Pop in those headphones, guys, and let's go for a ride.
It's the Write That Reset podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2,
1, go! So welcome to the podcast. Welcome to episode 6. Again, if you've been following since episode 1, thanks for coming along. On today's episode, we're going to be talking to Matt again, and we're going to be talking about man-made religion, and we're also going to be talking about the Dalai Lama and kind of the process it takes to become the Dalai Lama. So before we talk about the Dalai Lama, I just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea of how one is selected. What ends up happening usually before a Dalai Lama dies, he will tell the senior monks kind of where he's planning on reincarnating, and also will leave some clues and whatnot in a letter, something that will be able to identify him in his new life. So when the Dalai Lama actually dies, the senior monks begin to set out on a journey throughout Tibet looking for children who were born in that same period of time. Once they find a child that pretty much fits the bill, they'll bring him back and he'll actually be shown different articles. So let's say the cane that the old Dalai Lama used, and a cane that he's never seen before, and he'll be expected to select his cane and other articles that are his. Once he does that, that's kind of proof that it is this guy, and he becomes the new Dalai Lama, and he's raised in Tibet, or at least he was before China began occupying it. And it's important to know too that the current Dalai Lama has actually said if China still remains in Tibet, he will reincarnate in a Western country. So I don't know, it would kind of be cool, I guess, if the new Dalai Lama was Canadian or something. But anyways, it's probably not a good thing. He probably should be reincarnated in Tibet. That's just me being selfish. But here's what Matt and I felt about those subjects. So is Catholicism a more corporate, modernized way to select your prophet, if you will?
It's not even selecting of your prophet. You're just selecting a man to run an organization that's the most profitable organization in the world.
What separates the Pope and the Dalai Lama?
What separates them is one's good and one's evil.
So is the Catholic Church evil?
Absolutely. The Catholic Church is the richest entity on the planet.
And
they have
that's
more money than anything else.
Is the Dalai Lama really a reincarnated guy?
I feel like there is enlightenment, and I believe these Shaolin monks know how to attain enlightenment.
Okay.
Therefore, if they take any, at least I hate to say it, but any random baby, and if they train him to become an enlightened being,
true,
he's gonna become whatever they create him to be.
But he chooses that thing on, like he chooses the item that proves, supposedly.
How many kids do they go to?
Yeah, maybe.
And eventually the child will probably.
Because clearly they waited 2 years because they found the new Dalai Lama. So was it 2 years of finding babies born around that time that merely statistically chose the banana?
Yes, if there was 2 out of 5
things,
and that one baby.
It's a statistical
and then
probability.
they just enlighten this child.
Yeah, over time. Are they enlightening him then?
I believe so.
Well, what are they enlightening him to? Because they're enlightening him to the fact that he's the Dalai Lama that we just said really doesn't exist. It was only a statistical.
Probably.
So they're just enlightening him to a belief of something that he never was.
Exactly.
Because you're obviously a true fan of the Write That Reset podcast, inbox me, message me with this week's Twitter shoutout tag for your chance to win a Write That Reset t-shirt.
The Pope or the Dalai Lama?
The Dalai Lama. The Pope is not.
So Pope's too corporate.
Pope is corporate. It's picked.
Because isn't he the closest messenger to Jesus?
So the religion says, of course.
So,
But that's just who talks to Jesus? Why does he special?
what
Does
is
he get to talk
Jesus?
to
Is Jesus just like, is Jesus the name of source energy, or
I think Jesus was
global
simply
consciousness,
an
like
enlightened person.
I know.
I think he existed 2,000 and some odd years ago.
Yeah.
But I think he was just a very enlightened person, and what his message was, if you break it down for what it actually, like for the meaning itself,
Yeah.
it's different from word for word.
Do you think he literally, if Jesus was here, did he manifest miracles?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But do you think the church is using that in the wrong way? Like, he was manifesting this as a way to show you this is all the power that we all can have. Like,
Yes.
you know, like, I am sent from God, who, whatever your definition of God is.
He was spreading the good word, except for the good word was the good word when he was spreading it, and the good word now is
Is
not
manipulated by a corporation.
Exactly.
But you can't, the church forces you almost to believe these stories are true. Either that or you're a non-believer. And
There's no way that all the animals on the earth are wiped out except for 2 of each animal.
yeah,
There's no way.
but on Noah's Ark, what do the animals eat? That need to
Each
eat
other.
animals. Well, you only brought 2 rabbits. There's one day.
You still
Like,
believe it though.
the fucking guy but I mean, it just doesn't make
It
sense.
doesn't make sense.
And
But I
you can
think-
get a doctorate in this.
Exactly.
So why the fuck do they look at somebody that's saying shit about quantum mechanics
As a
and look at
crazy
him as
person.
a crazy motherfucker? Because this guy's like saying a big flood and the Earth is only 4,000 years old. Is that not
Silly.
like, it's something like the Christian
It's
religion?
3,600 or something.
3,600 years
I don't
old,
know.
and people are like,
Don't look it up.
don't look it up.
Don't look it
No,
up.
it'll fuck us up. But like, the church is 3,600 years old, and this guy's in a room, and you're like, you don't say shit because you're like, oh, he's a Christian. We should be like,
You don't mock people's religion.
what? Yeah, but it's the truth. Like, Jesus could have existed, and I fucking hope he did, because
Oh, he probably
the shit he taught was awesome. And if he somehow managed to meditate or pray or whatever the fuck you want to describe, closing your eyes and going somewhere, it's like, thank good for him. So what do you guys think? Do you guys believe in man-made organized religion? Do you find that adds value to your life? Do you believe in the Dalai Lama or the Pope or whoever, whatever prophet you follow? Do you think that's good for society? Let us know. Direct message us on Twitter, inbox us on Facebook, or just email me at writethatreset@gmail.com. So this week's
Twitter shoutout.
goes to a guy by the name of Brad Aaron. You can follow him on Twitter at Brad Aaron. Check the feed below for spelling of that tag. But this guy is a musician from Maryland. And this is his track, New Gotham. I hope you guys like it. As always, I'm Moose Blue. I'm going to bed. And as soon as you listen to this track, so should you.